Welcome to Our Energy Matters with Anthony Manna and Dena Marie. Aloha.
Oh, well, hello. Hello, Dena Marie. We're glad to be here. We come to Zoom to meet once a week, and we talk about our spiritual life. We talk about being kind to ourselves. And what I do is I read from Dena Marie's book, which I'll introduce in just a little bit, Our Energy Matters. And after I read, I think, meditate, and come up with a piece of writing. So this is my 46th, which means 46 times we have met. And today it's about healing blocked chakras. So we're going to have to talk a little about what a chakra is, etc. What I say in my writing today is lately I've been hanging out in the back cover of a book where electrifying wisdom and spark energized intuitive revelations empower folks like me to become enlightened by curative chakra truths and truth-telling crystals polished by manifestations of hope, healing, and renewal. The book I wander through and then arrive at its spellbinding, luminous back cover is Dena Marie's expansive province of celestial arts titled Our Energy Matters, the Art of Crystal Reading, where soul searchers, her clients and seekers, like me, will learn how to manifest their heartfelt intentions. Call Dena Marie Celestial Alchemist. I came up with that. What a metaphor. Dena Marie teaches the art of healing, self-acceptance, self-wonder as she guides your crystal choice, tarot reach, chakra reveal, and I should have mentioned Reiki. Chakra. What is a chakra? I was startled when I first learned that chakras are spark-endowed energy centers that distribute universal life force energy throughout the body, soul, mind. I thought, how come I didn't know about this? The word chakra, the Celestial Alchemist revealed in Our Energy Matters, her book, means wheel in Sanskrit, an ancient Indian language. There are 7 of these major energy centers in the human body and hundreds of minor ones. And they receive, assimilate, and distribute energy throughout our energetic fields, our auras. That's the end of the quote. I was startled by the depth of this awareness, jolted really. How could I have lived these many long years, after all, I am an old guy, without ever touching so vital a life-sustaining empowerment? And so I set off on a journey to learn more about these spark-endowed life forces with Lady Grace's guidance, because she's lived there in the energy of recovery through self-search and mind-seek. So follow me to the back cover sanctuary titled Chakra Cheat Sheet. That's hard to say, but I love it. Sounds like the beginning of a song, a chakra cheat sheet, where you are invited, and this is the subtitle of that page, of that back cover. You're invited to place crystals on corresponding colors. So the right side, you'll see it in a minute, but the right side column faces a left side column. The right side is the marvel of longed for and cherished color crystal chakra convergences from the crown chakra to the root. Lady Grace, take us there. Tell us about the color crystal chakra convergence in the splendor of the heart chakra.
Well, if you look at that, that's green and pink and it's smack dab in the middle. That would be your heart. And then above would be your head and below would be to your feet. But pink is when you give to yourself, and that's rose quartz. And green is when you give to other people, and that could be like malachite. Actually, I'm wearing green, but it's one of those things where you got to learn to balance. You got to give and receive. It's not good to be a martyr. You know what I mean? What you want to do is give to yourself, take care of yourself. When you have energy, our energy matters, then you give it to other people. So like today, I'm going to give myself energy because I need it. I'm running on empty. So our energy matters. And then if the more energy I give to myself, whether it's self-love, maybe even we were talking about forgiveness of self and others, just give yourself a gift of like letting go of the past and living in the future. Like the future and the past bring on anxiety and worry. But if you're here right now and you're tired, that's practicing self-love if you take a nap, right?
That's so true. And I just, when we met today on the phone to talk a little bit about what we're going to do at the Zoom reading, we talked a lot about loving yourself, taking care of yourself, you know, and the fact that, you know, I talked about waking up this morning and I was tired, and I did yoga. You know, it was a 20-minute full body stretch. And oh, it was so fantastic because I was taking care of myself. But rather than being, you know, like lamenting myself, let me put it that way, or being angry with myself, or being disappointed in the fact that, you know, I'm not writing as quickly as I want to, or I'm not doing this as quickly. And then I just got into the yoga, and it was like a prayer, you know. So
also practicing self-love is being kind to yourself with the words you say, right? And also that's your throat chakra. And then the sacral chakra, which is yellow, when you're practicing self-care, you did yoga. You know, like I told you today, I wanted to sleep in. If we weren't doing this, I was just going to be a sloth. And I went to the gym. So you also are, my relationships they motivate me. So I'm around kind, gentle, lovely people, and we get along. We have a heart-to-heart conversation. We share ideas. That's also your heart.
Absolutely. And it's so sustaining. The left side column over here is shocked, surprised, and eventually offered me hope. Here we have disturbances, what you call the blockages of folks, whether young alerts, middle, muddled yearlings, or wounded senior elders who seek Dena Marie's blessed guidance, heart and solace, her spiritually endowed awareness of static, sedated, deadened, fractured, let me go on, self-sense. So in other words, Lady Grace, tell us about the heart chakra blockages. And I also found hope here, which we'll talk about in just a little bit.
So it's just like a hose, a kinked hose right here in the heart chakra. Low self-esteem, of course, not practicing self-love, being a victim. But the blocks have also diseases. So when I was a child, I had asthma, I had sore throats, I had bronchitis, I had anything you could have right here. And it's because I was taught not to show emotion. You couldn't cry, you couldn't be spontaneous, you had to keep it in. And so when you're around people that you can spontaneously laugh with or cry with or talk about how you feel, then this opens up. But how many people, maybe at work, whatever, we can't talk to our boss, all these things that we create, maybe we can't talk to our family members or the person we're married to. So over time that causes blockages. So I have people write letters to the people they can't talk to and burn it. So the prescriptions are, well, one, love yourself enough to be around people that you can talk to. That's number one.
And there's the hope. And that's what I was saying. Because I mean, if you go to the blockages without the prescriptions, you could be very depressed. But right there on that page, the heart says, date yourself. That's a prescription. That's a remedy. Date yourself. Volunteer in your community. Okay. Yeah, there's an organization here. It's an arts organization that I'm on the executive board. Sometimes I get a little angry about myself because I feel like I'm overextending, but it is a volunteer situation, and I just draw back a little bit to save myself. Forgive someone and reach out to a stranger. That's what I did yesterday, because I hadn't heard from my son, my adult son. I hadn't heard from him in such a while. And I was at my writing and I was getting something done. And I thought, no, stop right now. I picked up my cell phone. I dialed him and I said, Serge, call me. And he called me immediately. And we had a conversation for about an hour. It was wonderful. It was very healing because he was concerned about me. I was concerned about him, give and take. He's out on our ranch in Arizona. How's it going out there? Things are breaking down, but we have a lot of hope, and let's not worry about it. We're going to get, and I just felt so spiritually enlivened.
You felt good and you acted on what your heart was telling you. Thinking about things, internalizing things, that's where everybody's getting in trouble. And it may be your intuition. Maybe that was the perfect time to say, call me. And he had time to reach out to you. That's your intuition. Follow your heart.
Follow your heart. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Now, folks, I'd like to continue this next session the next time we meet, because I think that there's so much vitality here, especially with the prescriptions. But if you pick up Dena Marie's book on pages 52 to 53, prescriptions for the chakras, hope looms there loud and clear. It's a treasure trove of healing, and that's what I would like to in our next episode. Let's continue exploring these energy matters.
And I have to do a shout out, because when I was doing my readings, I had a client who was getting so much out of the readings. She wanted me to teach her, Allison. And so she's the one that said, Dena, we need a cheat sheet. So she invented cheat sheet, but I'm the one that had to come up with it. So that was inspired. Like I was exercising and I saw it, in my mind's eye. And I love that. That's my favorite part of the book is that.
I go there all the time. I mean, and then I even mark right here. See, this is where the prescriptions are on the 2 pages. And it's so vital because, as I said to you before, it's so accessible. It's not like you have to transform your life completely to write a love letter to yourself, to date yourself, to, go out and look up. That's one that I love so much, is to step outside and just stare up. And I'm surrounded by 8 acres here, and from this log cabin I live in. And I look up and all of a sudden I realize I'm watching the movement of a little bit of a breeze, and it's like a dance of salvation, and it's such a precious place to be. So we'll get together again next week and talk about some of these. I just love it. I say, folks, if you want to move closer to Dena Marie's wisdom, then listen to her weekly radio show, Lift Your Spirits. And to find out more about it, go to dena-marie.com, because you'll get the link and you'll see, what the attention is on that Friday show in Seattle, well, close to Seattle, right?
Well, who's my guest for my birthday show this coming Friday? Anthony Manna.
Hey, here I am. Your birthday show. That's right. I'm looking forward to that. I always do, because when you go to your when I watch your show, listen to your show, there are philosophers, poets, a lot of musicians, and people who are like on moving toward the edge a little bit in terms of communicating. Let me put it that way. She's also very active on Facebook. Sometimes she offers a daily chakra insight into chakra energy, blockage, and prescription. There are also startling photographs of the island she lives on out west, and prayerful advice about self-care, information about her workshops and her courses. And you're offering a workshop very soon, aren't you?
Tomorrow, I will be teaching again, my second time in my new office. So I'm happy. we're kind of hesitant to keep moving, but I got to get back on the dance floor. So I am.
That's good. That's good. And I think also it inspires me too, because when you talk about it that way, I go, oh, okay, my story is right here. I'm working on my story, you know, and it gives me that incentive to think, all right, you're out there doing this thing to satisfy yourself as well as to give and then receive in return. And that's the same thing with the writing. You know, it goes out and you get something back in return. My website for an interview with Dena Marie is Anthony Manna, MANNA books.com. You go to my website in the media section for the Podbean podcasts, and you'll see that interview there, along with many other interviews with authors, with writers, authors, and artists, etc. My website is about children, tweens, and teens writing and reading. And that's why I always say to them, hello, readers and writers. I used to say, hello, kids. And now it's no, because they want to be readers and writers, just the way we do. Amen. Hallelujah. And I think I even said that once here. Yes, I said it right here. Hallelujah. I actually wrote it out. It was like I could feel myself lifting my spirits, you know. So anyway, that's it, you know, and we'll meet again. And folks, thanks so much for being here. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, wait, at the very beginning, I was going to say Dobrý den. Good day to all our Slovak listeners and viewers.
I say aloha. That's goodbye and hello.
Okay. Or I could say, you know, other languages that we both know. It's wonderful. So reaching out and getting more in return. All right. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.